target's location out of him on our end. Major's
Was tekent van 'n indringer gebaar. Bly skerp. Was tekent van 'n indringer gebaar. Bly skerp. Blik kaboon. Kyk eens hoe wat hier gekom het. Hier is skerp. Snake, talk to me! Snake!
We have no fix on the target, not even a predicted field of movement. All we have to go on is this meeting with his subordinate. Remember, this guy will call the meeting off if he thinks he's being tailed. You've got to do everything you can to stay out of sight. That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from his machine gun can cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss.
Buddy! Get him! Snake, talk to me! Snake! Snake!
We have no fix on the target, not even a predicted field of movement. All we have to go on is this meeting with his subordinate. Remember, this guy will call the meeting off if he thinks he's being tailed. You've got to do everything you can to stay out of sight. cruise ship. A single burst from his machine gun could cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss. That's the target. Looks like we found him.
Talk.
That's the target. He may have a connection to Cypher. I'd like to interrogate him to be sure, but there's no guarantee he knows anything useful. The contract is to eliminate him, but I'll leave things up to you, boss.
There we go.
Okay, subject is in. We'll get the rest out of him back at base.
Nice.
All right, mission complete, boss. Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next time, huh? The Major spilled his guts, all right. His nuclear arms business was just a rumor he was paid to spread around. He doesn't even know who's paying him. All his instructions came through a cutout. Hell, who else would be behind it but Cypher? And this nuclear arms trading is clearly connected to that yellow cake. He thought the same thing, which is why he tried to investigate ZRS himself. He said something else that caught my attention. That ZRS are trying to kill some old man. How did one old man get that kind of attention?
Quiet humming. Nice.
Boss, about those walker gears spreading all over Africa. Huey's got an idea for a counter weapon. Come on back to base.
This. It's a variable, multi-legged tank. a spin-off of Metal Gear technology.
Big fan of spin-offs, isn't he? I hear he borrowed from the Soviets in Costa Rica, too.
The design allows for a lot of freedom in setups. It's based around a central core unit, so you can quickly reconfigure the hardware to suit any sort of mission parameters.
What the good doctor's trying to say is that it's customizable.
Naturally, it will raise the probability of success for standard missions. But it functions as an improved deterrent by increasing your preemptive strike capability against enemy elements. You just deploy it in a war zone, and its superior firepower puts the brakes on enemy attacks. Eventually, the whole war machine grinds to a halt. A true battle gear!
Cause I'm having deja vu here.
I don't like him any more than you. But we need this.
You think it'll cut it in the field?
Turning radius is better than any tanks. That's great for regional skirmishes. Tech like this is popping up all among the PFs. Best way to deal with them is to fight fire with fire.
I'll await your instructions then, boss.
So do we have your approval to commence development?
Fine.
Consider yourself off the chopping block, Doctor.
Bell Gear development as done.
Got a new mission for you, boss. The client is one of the kids you rescued from that mine. According to the kids, people often disappear from the mine to a place called Nzoia Badiabulu, the Devil's House. On top of that, Sainer's involved with the place. Check your iDroid for the mission details.
Welcome home.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at Alpha.
Boss, the client this time is a child. One of the children you rescued from that mine. He wants us to save the boy who was their leader. His name is Shabani, and he was the oldest among them. Several days before you went to the mine, he was taken away to Nzoia Badiabulu. Our search turned up a place the locals call by that name. Ngumba Industrial Zone. Nearby residents are terrified of it. They say the devil lives there, and that anyone who sets foot in it never returns. This industrial zone has long been abandoned, but it seems it was sold off a few years back to a certain corporation, Sainer. And now the perimeter is tightly guarded by a PF. The reason is unclear. The same goes for why Shabani was taken away. But something is obviously going on there. Those kids from the mine really looked up to Shabani. The client has given us the last of their diamonds in return. Go get Shabani out of there, boss. Whatever Cypher's up to in the region, Shabani might just be our best lead.